So you were telling me that you learned a lot when you came to Canada, but that probably the scores that you got were not good enough to probably, for example, apply to a university like the University of Toronto, and that you think the reason that happens is because maybe your English was a little bit behind in comparison to maybe other students?
Yes, that is right. Maybe. Yes.
Okay. So what was the most difficult thing about studying your high school in English?
I will say that the most difficult thing was like I didn't know all the words. I didn't know what the words mean. So the vocabulary was the most difficult part because I understand what the teacher was saying, but in some cases he will say a word and it will make me like lost where what he was explaining to me.
So sometimes you will feel lost because of vocabulary.
Yeah.
You said something about your participation that it was not very high.
No, motivation wasn't very high and is not very high because I was like afraid of saying something that didn't make sense. Sometimes in my head I knew what the teacher was talking about, I knew what the teacher was asking and I knew the answer, but maybe the way I was gonna tell about it, it was gonna be wrong. So I didn't want to embarrass myself.
Okay. But did you have a long time? Did you spend a long time in ESL?
I only spent in ESL 1 year, no, 1 semester, so half a year. But they help me a lot now if I need help.
Okay. And why would they change you to regular classes so fast?
Because I study English back home, so they suppose that I had a good level in English. They make me an exam before I came to high school, and they decide I had a good level in English. So,
That's what they thought.
yeah,
Okay.
and I believe it.
You think
I
it's true?
wasn't that bad. What I was missing was vocabulary and practicing.
Okay. Um, why didn't you practice more?
I don't know because like you feel better talking to the people that understand you, so you go to your friends in Spanish and you keep speaking Spanish if you need it. So I have friends that speak English, but like not that much.
Okay. So you talk to the ones who speak Spanish.
Yeah.
Okay. What about interaction with native speakers of English? Was it difficult?
They understand me, and in some cases they will say like, "What are you saying?" And I was like, "Okay, repeat it." Okay, and yeah, it wasn't that bad.
Okay.
Sometimes they were confused by my pronunciation. They were like, "What are you saying?" And I was like, "Okay."
Okay. What would you say was the most positive and the most difficult thing about your studies?
Well, I learned a lot of things. I learned English. I can say I learned already English, but I think that's the most positive thing that I learned another language. I learned many other things. I learned about a new culture, a new people. Yes, and the most difficult thing, just that. Uh, maybe that some people doesn't know that you are new in the school and they want you to learn, no, want you to know everything. And you're like, I'm new, I don't know the rules, please help me.
Okay. Just to finish, you said something about the literacy exam that you presented it and you didn't pass it?
Yeah.
And why do you think you didn't pass it?
I think I didn't pass it because In the literacy test, they ask us to write an essay, a newspaper report, and to read so many things. So I think I fail because of vocabulary, and maybe because of the structure of things. Like I didn't know how to write a newspaper or something like that. Like I knew, but not like they wanted me to do it.
Okay. Thank you, Maria Camila.
You're welcome.